All right, so that was the craziest shit. I had to restart the stream because my computer crashed. That was the weirdest thing ever. I unplugged the audio source and then the whole machine crashed. All right, so with this trade, just patience. Just patience, man. All right, so New York session, Tuesday, August 11th. We're using DeepCharts platform. This is a 40 range chart that has a lot going on. This is giving you real-time order flow. This is the result. Okay. And what we're looking for on the right side is, get rid of some of these here, options levels to tell us where we should expect pressure in one direction or the other. Right now, it's clear that we are moving down with lots of effort and pressure. To the upside, this is a pretty big level. All right, this level right here. So if we do get a big retracement, this could be a nice short entry. But I don't think it's coming back there. You can see we're continuing to move down towards this negative GEX exposure level, which is in line with the initial balance low for NASDAQ. And this is our first scalp trade. We'll take profit here, and then we're going to evaluate if we break through. We're going to look for a continuation trade down. Okay, so now we need to really look at the levels here. So I'm actually up on the day. I have more profit on the NQ side, so these numbers, they're pretty much 1879. As you see, we just broke back, and here, oops, that's NQ, MNQ. Took a pretty bad trade on the wrong side and got trapped, and I just had to close it out and battle myself back. So this was my drawdown at the beginning of the session, and then I pretty much was all the way down to 2500. So we battled back. We made about 1870 on NQ, then we came back to MNQ and just started chipping away. So initial balance, these are probably stops. A lot of these are stops, right? It's not that aggressive sellers. These are stops. All right. We do have some buyers here. I wouldn't say it's extreme. Okay, but more importantly, then we have some acceleration up, down here. So that's through those stops. Now we're going to see a little bit of retracement. So this might be another entry for us. We're going to keep it small. An entry for us would likely be about, I don't know, 50% of this range. Right here. So maybe here. And then for this, we're still scalping until we cleanly break through the initial balance. So we're going to take profit to right here. It's a small trade, $29. Stop loss behind $23. So just nickel and dimes, baby. We may not come back to that level. Okay, so it's like 30% maybe as far as we go. I could have picked a better entry. Obviously, I'm being a little more conservative, but we can see here that we had, I mean, technically, if I was to pick the entry, it would have been right, or the pullback entry would have been right here. So I missed it, right? I missed that entry. It's not coming back. All right, so we just go with our original plan. We did have aggressive buyers step in here. So those are real buyers. All right, now over here on the options level, this is a protection level. Okay, so if this protection level gets broken right here, we're ripping to the downside. Likely the first extension is going to be down to here somewhere. Okay, so we still may get our entry after all, like right here. Try it again, see if we get back there. About 70% of the zone. See if sellers are still there. Stop loss above. Take profit down here, because we don't know which way it's going to go. Right? It could still just cuck around here for a while. So this is just a very mechanical trade that I'm taking. Not going for the break here. I mean, technically we're probably going to come back to test the IBV. If not, we took a 2650 shot. I don't even think we need to take on that much risk. We rip through that zone, we lose 1250. It's not a big deal. So that gives us more than a 2-to-1 ratio. We only need to be right here, almost 3-to-1 here. We're getting almost 3-to-1 here. Basically, we're taking a 1-to-1 on this zone, not on my entry. All right, so this effort zone, it's a measured 1-to-1 move, but we're going to go a little farther because we see we have some sellers that are still interested down here, and this is where the aggressive buyer stepped in. and just above that's the IBV. So we're targeting the IBV, which is conservative considering we just broke it. But our big position we're gonna size up on is this. If we get a breakout, it's gonna be on the breakout to the downside. We're gonna put on some size and take a shot. All right, so good deal. We expect a little bit of a pressure here, but really I don't see this stopping. So now we're just gonna wait for our break of the initial balance, unless we see a scalp. You can see we hit the IBV, we took our target, got our 1-to-1, and now we're retracing back. Obviously we can continue down, or we could start to work our way back up to the other side, and eventually maybe at 11 o'clock we decide, maybe 11, somewhere after New York lunch, we decide which direction to move. I was looking to get into a short, but I missed it, right? Right idea, I just missed it. So oh, this looks like continued downside. I mean, it looks like it just went right there. So I don't think it's coming back. You could easily see 62,997. I'm gonna bring up the YouTube chat. I don't usually have anybody watching during the day, but whatever. I don't care. Pull apart chat. There's more room to the downside. This is prepping the objective. Why aren't the options levels on there? It'd be green, would be white, red, perfect. Those should be 0 DTE. All right. So that last little scalp played out perfectly, right? People expect that it's just going to break out and then they get trapped. So all these shorts or longs right here are being rewarded. And I believe all of these were aggressive stop outs, longs being stopped out, and then it goes in their direction, right? Of course. So now we have longs here. I'm sure there's some trap shorts down here too, but these are all orders from one entity, most likely. But we do have a lot of shorts here that are likely trapped. All right, so we're gonna color that. There's some shorts trapped down here. To the upside, this is where buyers got absorbed and sellers stepped in. And everything in between does not matter. Okay, this is interesting though. This is a absorption zone. So this could be a potential area to get involved. Get rid of this right now. And just zooming in onto our footprint, or excuse me, heat map. This is our passive order book visualization. So what looks interesting? Well, this area looks interesting. There. To the upside. To the downside. This area looks interesting. All right, so we are getting back. There was an acceleration down here. We're coming back to this zone where price accelerated down. We're retesting the IB lows. Does not mean we're going to break it again. But it's highly more likely that we're going to break it because I don't see any options resistance to the downside or exposure that's going to stop it right now. What do I know? I mean, I think we target this down here. So I think this is where we wait for a retest. It's gonna happen fast, and we sell right here. This is where we take our shot. If it retraces back a little bit, we're gonna add. If it breaks this low, I mean, technically, we need to come down to this level right here. All right, but we're gonna continue, so that's not where we want to stop. This protection level right here. Okay, we might add here on this break of this low. We'll add 2 contracts, or on this retrace here. Yeah, we're gonna add right now. So our stop is gonna be above this level. All right, and our TP is gonna be here. I would not be opposed to adding more. And I don't even know if this is TP. I think we're just gonna like follow it down once we get some room. Shit, we have another 750. We have another 10 points on NASDAQ. If you look at this range here, what's that? 11.5 points. This is 55. So it's like 5x volatility. So we should get 10 points. From here, we should get another 40 points. gonna add. Really like this position. We're gonna take a little profit. If we make it back down to this GEX level, we're gonna take one contract off, lock in a little profit, and come back to break even and let it run as far as it wants to go. I mean, shit, this thing could go. It could go all the way here. 29,400. See where our levels are. I think I have. Yeah, it could go all the way down here. This is the target right here. This is the target. That's the target. Yeah, this is another 11 points. I feel like we can get like another 20 points here. So that's 100 points. 118. Okay, so did I jump the gun early? Is this the retest right now? I do expect it right here to price to react. I'm gonna sell again. We're gonna keep adding to this. I don't see any reason to not add to it. Again, limit sell, limit buy one if we get here. Lock in $50. We broke it, came back through. I guess this is the retest. So see if there's buyers still willing to participate. This is a battle, right? Buyers and sellers, this is the zone. From the options flow side, looks we need to break through here. But my original target was 77.50 and still 77.49.50. 77.50 is the target for me on the SPX. Short term. Equivalent might be this 29,600 that I have marked. Who knows? Who knows what we have over here? This low and this high. Make a little zone out of this. Gotta break that. These sellers are still here. These buyers are trapped. Maybe. See right here. Is it a higher low or is it a pullback to make a lower low, a lower high? We make a lower high, we make a higher high. I am still on the downside. We just broke through this GEX level. All right, price might accelerate down to that 77.50 now. So we're back below the initial balance. We came back to for this area right here, not for the whole day, but for this swing and the downswing that led to the next swing. We came back to the point of control in VWAP where sellers step back in and buyers either failed or they're just not there anymore. They're still there. So they're trapped. They're trapped. And the sellers are still here, pushing farther. Everything looks good at the moment. Because these sellers are basically keeping price below this zone right now. And we're about to accelerate. I can smell it. I can feel it. It's in the air. Here it goes. Here it goes. S&P, SPX is getting a little fidgety. It's like, people are getting nervous. What to do? Oh, get rid of it. Sell, sell, sell. Dump it. Keep dumping. Keep dumping. You got way more. You got a long way to go. Just dump it down. Just do it. Just boom. Right? Okay, with that, this protection is validated. Longs are trapped. We get back down here, we should have another stop run. I'm going to come up to this view. We'll add on our nope, that's not the right view, my bad. Let's open up Deep Dom here. Pull up the right account. Let's make this 1879, not too bad. MNQ. Right. So now we're extending down. So this is just my first take profit. We're gonna lock in $50 because we worked hard, right? And when we work hard, we want to be paid. So we lock in profits. And if we get stopped out back to zero, that's fine with the rest of them. So as soon as we get locked in, we move stop to break even. Okay, so we hit this break even button as soon as our profit target is hit. And we are accelerating. It's not going to stop, but we're still going to lock in 50. And we're going to lock it in. So this is interesting. You can see the dynamics of the trap right here. Got a buyers above, sellers below. Buyers up here, trapped. Been me too many times. Buyers trapped. There's more sellers here. Right? We got all of these sellers protecting us. We have all this protection. those stops, right? Price rejects back up and then continues down. We're still on target. These Gex levels are, the next one is all the way, shit, dude. It ain't gonna stop here. It's coming to here next. It's gonna stop. No stopping this train. Okay, this is how we do it. Missed our profit by a tick, but it's gonna keep coming. I mean, we could keep moving it down. We're gonna lock in that 50, right? I put in $50 of work for this, so we're gonna lock in that 50 if it comes to us. We're gonna move our stop. Well, we'll keep it here for now. Move it to break even. We need to. So we're off by a tick on our original impulse there. What point? Tick? 2 ticks? See what's going on in the short term. So buyers trapped there. Same area. More buyers getting trapped. More buyers getting absorbed. We can look here. We got lots of there's aggressive buyers here. They're just getting absorbed by these passive orders. And then more aggressive sellers are stepping in too. So it's just crazy. Actually see what's going on here. Okay, so we made our 50. We moved the stop to break even, and then we have 4 runners. So we got paid for our work. All right, got paid 50 bucks. Not a lot. Now we're targeting. We're targeting. What we're likely gonna do is follow it. We're gonna be smart about it, but I'm not ready to follow it yet, I don't think. We're gonna put it behind these stops. I want to see one more swing down. Let's break through these limit orders. Get rid of it. This is kind of annoying. Let's put this on the left. Holy cow. Just ripping. All right. We're going to move the stop farther. It's just ripping. You can see over here, it's going towards this next Gex level. There's still a lot of room though, man. There's like so much room. My other screen. We're getting paid. We're not going to be greedy. We know we can get more. But what we're going to do, actually, let's put it above stops here. Give it some space. But I don't think there's going to be much resistance until we get down to this protection level. So we'll buy one here, lock in some more profit at the protection level. This next level. When we get to this next gamma level here, I'm going to take one more. So we're just going to kind of, this is SPX, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out the correlating level. 50 to 47, that's 3 points. 3 times 5 is 15. So 85, 75, 70. So we take one more off here at 70. We lock in a little bit more money. We move our stop even lower behind these passive sellers who are gonna absorb any buying. Not quite there. We got another 48, 41 point, so 5 points, 85. Ooh, I think it's 75. I think it's right here. Maybe it's 70. Looking at, this could definitely come back here. So sellers should step in 29,600 right here. 29,600. That's where sellers are going to step in. We put this up a little bit higher. I'm not ready to get out of the trade on that. I mean, technically this should be all the way up here. Okay, so the healthy pullback, continue down. The this chart, this is a zone where effort was applied, aggressive selling, so it's a protection zone. Secondary protection zone is right here. All right, we could go there too. All right, hence why the stop is above. All right, sellers were here, they got trapped. They're not going to let these guys back in, right? They're not going to give them a shot. So this is just going to keep going down because there's all these trapped buyers up here. can see these sellers are applying pressure. Again. Buyers got absorbed here too. That's crazy. So we had this big print where these buyers are doing everything they can to get back in, but they got absorbed again. Oh man. These buyers did not get rewarded. At least not yet. You might see some more step in right here to try. We definitely could retrace back up to around 770. Okay, so now they're trying. Failed. Sellers are still present. Exhaustion up here. And we continue down. Expect buyers step back in here. Try again. I think it's now safe to put our stop here. So we locked in 84. I don't think we need this runner anymore. We're just gonna keep going down to as far as we can. Hopefully all the way down to here. Oops. That 500 to the protection level. Let's make that our ultimate. Okay, we're still not home free. All right. A little battle here. But So we get stopped out, we take the 83, we could re-enter. All right, we get paid, right? Get paid first. I'm perfectly fine re-entering with 4 more right here. Stop loss at the trapped sellers, take profit down low. So that's okay. The liquidity grab, right? I just didn't give the stop enough room. That's my fault. I thought about it. So that's what's really funny. We know that's gonna happen, right? It's gonna take the liquidity out before it keeps going. Like it happens all the time. Over and over and over again. And how many ticks is that? 3. So we need to go 4 ticks, right? 4 ticks behind the high. New rule. Still plenty of room. We are between these 2 negative gex levels. Could go either way, but maybe we're getting some more resist, or buyers are stepping in here. All right, so above sellers now. All right, so these buyers here are trying really, really hard to get back. But they just can't do it. They just can't do it. They get rejected again. There they go. They're still trying. They are trying. Okay, let's move this to 60 range while it's consolidating. I mean, they could push all the way back up to here. Okay? Like, that is plausible. That's 100% plausible. I don't think it's likely though, because we have a lot of selling pressure here. So I just don't see it. I don't see them having enough strength to rip through this level, right? They're using a lot of effort to get through this level and they can't. So to get through this level, it's going to be a challenge. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ticks above the trapped buyers. And we're gonna take one off here because I think we're gonna get a retest and range down here for a bit. So we're gonna lock in a little bit more profit if we can get down there. You can kind of see here, this is where the buyers stepped in. So we're gonna lock in. If we make it down there, we're gonna lock in a little bit of profit. And then we will reload up here and bring it back down again and just scalp this range. Every time it comes up here, we sell until it just goes, right? So they got to use a lot of energy to try to break through this area. Just don't know if it's there. And the options flow doesn't look like it's there either. Options flow indicating they were going to be continuing downward. From what I see, the least resistance to the exposure is to the downside, where there's a positive 3 point, what is that? Is that billion? 3 billion, 3.5 billion. And above here, we got 4.365 billion and 3.158 billion. So these numbers are getting pretty big. So we're starting to get pinned in here a little bit between some big numbers. There's 7 billion, 8, almost 9 billion in short gamma here. And then there is less resistance to this downside where there's 4.5 billion in short gamma. Then we come over here to 3.3 billion. So there's oh man, so net is negative 11 million negative gamma exposure. So we're back to the entry. Yeah, we just pick a side here. We just picked a side, that's all. So had some stops, get run right here, price rejects, accelerates through here, through the stops, right? Stops get run, we rip down for another level, buyers step back in, we rip down again. This is all through the initial balance. And now we are buyers are really trying hard to push the price back up because these buyers are trapped up here. I just don't see them having enough energy to get back up here. I mean, they could get back. They could, okay? So you just never know. And now the gamma profile is changing a little bit. It's kind of 50-50 now. If we break through this level, we're gonna rip up a little bit higher. So now I'm kind of in a pickle, because not really. I need this level to hold, right? If this level can't hold, then this level can't hold, then we're gonna get stopped out, and we're gonna wait for price to come back up here, and we're gonna try to get an entry in below these trapped participants. But there's no need to freak out yet. But the playing field is changing a little bit on the option side of the house, which is very important. Okay, so right here is biggest buyer node, right in the middle of a cluster of selling. I just don't see them having enough momentum to crawl all the way back up here. We've got this huge negative delta gamma, 4.6 billion. Huh. Scene 1 and scene. Okay, we need a shortcut key. Try that. Perfect. Okay, looking down at the order flow, these are the limit order book. And up here is a 40-60 range right now. But I think we're going to go back to 40. I think we're done consolidating, actually. Be a fake out to the upside, hopefully break back down. Yeah, no more buyers here, which is interesting. So this level right here is interesting. Expect to see test there. So what I learned from this trade is that I can't just assume that the buyers are gonna give up that easily. You see they're breaking through, testing this zone again, and they're actually making progress. All right, let's see if these buyers are still, or if sellers step in and push it down, because essentially I'm going to take this stop if we get stopped out. Okay, because that's the plan. We can always re-enter. I would likely re-enter somewhere here if that happens. So I didn't give the buyers enough credit. We're at this really large node and it looks like it's moving. We're kind of right in the middle now. This is kind of neutral territory. Right. I think we're kind of in the middle of the battle now. The battle shifted. You can kind of see the profile here on the options. We have this really large node in the middle, and then it's just like a volume profile, right? It's starting to create a shape, and then we're creating this pinning effect here. Now we're above both red gex levels, and price tends to want to move up and extend through them. So we could get a retracement all the way up here. Okay, so that is possible. And we could get stopped out. And I'm actually up for the day. This is misleading here. On NQ 1878. Okay, so we do get stopped out. No, we don't. Never mind. On the wrong contract. But we could get stopped out because we know this is going to get ticked. If it comes back there. All right, so that's pretty, some shorts probably got squeezed out. I need to fix this again. What the fuck? That's gonna be big trades. Pot settings, text. Make it like a light gray. Seems to work. Wait, save. So now we're testing the initial balance low as well. Save as NQ options 40 range. Yeah. This is also the initial balance low. This is where sellers are protecting. Our stops protected behind it. The swing behind it. We're taking heat. This is interesting. It's a battle. This is the battle area. I think this zone is less relevant now. Not saying it's irrelevant. It's my entry. What it's gonna make me want to do is get out of the trade at break even and then try to get the next test up into this zone and bring it down if I'm so lucky. Okay, so now we're gonna get an explosion here. So we just saw this Gex heat map print, or you let me turn this shit off. I don't know why that's there. Okay, this heat map just printed. We're gonna explode one direction or the other. Okay, so that's what I think is gonna happen. And you can see it's right in the, like I said, it's right in the middle. All right, right in the fucking middle of this profile. So if I was to draw a fib from here to here, we're in the golden pocket. All right, let's color it. Options, levels, exposure. This is a decision point. It's the biggest level. The extremes have about the same amount of level. After that, very low. So this was my original target. I'm hoping that it goes in my direction. But this is the decision point. Okay, which way does it go? Which way does it go? I'm gonna jump on whichever way it goes. I'm thinking it's gonna go down, but we're right in this golden pocket, right? 618. And that's why it's at the 618, because it's at the middle of the distribution of where most of the gamma exposure is in this area. So whichever side of that zone we break out of is likely going to be the direction of the day. We only have 2 more hours left. Day's going so fucking fast. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. It's just one trade. So the initial balance low is the decision point. So what we really look at is when this changes, when this distribution changes, that means something in the market is changing. When this distribution right here of options exposure changes, the structure of the market changes as well on the future side. Okay, so I don't know how the reaction here is going to be. How many points am I giving myself? 36 to 44. I want to give it 29,650. I want to give it more room. I can always just slant. This is the reason. I kind of feel like it's going to get wobbly. We're going to get some wicks that come out, take some stops out, and then it picks the direction. So that's kind of my idea. So I just want to protect against getting wicked out right here. That's all I'm doing by not having my stop there. Ready to close at any moment. We're just right in the middle, right? Right in the middle. The distribution is still pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Right. So number one, don't bank on aggressors giving up so easily, because there's a lot of money at stake. So that's the first thing. So I should have waited for a deeper pullback, deeper retracement. So that's my biggest learning lesson of this trade so far. And then the second thing that I see is that this decision point on options Gex profile. It's clear. That's the first time I've seen that. So I've been watching a lot of this. This is the first time I've seen this. So now it's making sense. So basically what I'm saying is, okay, what moves what though? Okay, so volume profile. All right. It'd probably be easier to do this on, let me open up a new chart. We're just going to keep this running. It's going to be easier to show this on S&P, I think. So I'll make a new price chart. See me, yes, like that. Make, yes, no. I'm gonna make it a 21 range. Okay. Turn it into the, we'll add the IBV on there. We'll add the deep tracker. Okay, so then we'll actually let's add the options profile. I'm just curious how close it is to the other one. Deep gamma, do options level, options profile. While that loads. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you. Okay, so very similar to what we have. This is the actual, oh shit. Did it change? Oh no, that's NQ. I don't want to see NQ. There we go. I was about to say. So you see this distribution here. Well, it's the same thing here, right? But it's actually a little different because these are computed based off of math. So they're close, but these are more accurate on the right, and they're from SPX. These are from ES, right? And it's trying to use math to kind of figure that out with volume, using volume. But this is the real levels, but they're really close. But actually, well, 7752, 7752. So this one's saying 7751 to 7754 is the biggest node. This one's saying 7756 to 77659 is the biggest node. So they're not exact, okay? But what you can see is it's a distribution profile. And you look on the ES, we already broke the protection level, right? And we're having a little bit of a retracement here. Maybe we get to the extension level, but so ES would have traded a little bit cleaner today. But my point is this. I guess I could do it here too with a daily volume profile. You look at this distribution right here. It's not on the daily, it changed, right? this is the daily profile, but that doesn't look very telling. But when we look at this right here, you can see that we have this distribution. It's actually a little bit higher is where the volume, so we're trading below it. So still, we haven't broken that zone. Okay, we have not broken that zone. We're right in the middle of it. So it's the decision point right in the center. And that's the options that are controlling it. We look over here, you know, these aren't exactly accurate. So I don't really look at this one for ES. I use the NQ one to get a sense, but I still base everything off the ES exposure, gamma exposure. So I'm gonna get rid of, and then I just try to eyeball, and then whatever's happening here, I'll look at the order flow and then make a decision down here. So that's all I wanted to show. I'm gonna get rid of that though. We don't need this chart. Open my SPX level. Okay, there they are. SPX NQ40. There we go. We're back. All right, so we can see that we are breaking below it. So this is, I believe, where we're going to see an acceleration to the downside. Okay, I think we're going to see an acceleration. That's my prediction. I haven't seen it enough, but the fact that we're breaking through this zone and we could accelerate through these levels until we hit the break, which is at about 77.40-ish right now. So break is around here. Okay, I think this is when we break this, I think it's accelerator. Okay, I think this is where the gas gets stepped on, and I think this is where the gas the break is. Yes. So the market makers have negative hedging pressure. Which I believe accelerates the direction. We're back to the middle. Okay, so we failed to break out. Still in consolidation. Same thing, buyers above, sellers below. So overall, market makers have a negative negative hedging pressure. The gamma delta over the long term is positive. This is interesting. It's interesting to watch. Every day I love the markets more and more. Eyes are burning. All right, restroom break. I hope I don't miss the breakout. course, I step away to go to the bathroom and we break we break down. Of course, that's fine. That's fine. So we picked our direction. That's what it looks like to me. And the direction is down. So we're gonna reduce our risk here. Doesn't mean it can't come back up there, right? But that's a pretty strong, I believe, indication that we're going to continue to the downside. We just broke through this negative GEX calculated level. We can't hold it. It's just going to rip. And there's just so much room to go. $77.40. Gonna see. You guys can watch the chart. So this level, we're just taking one contract off if we make it there. Oh, we're just looking at some news. That's what I want. Okay. U.S. Treasury debt buyback. Yemen's Houthis attacked Saudi Arabia carrying military equipment. Saudi ship. Okay. France economy is expanding. The profile is flattening out, right? So I got to remember that the large negative GEX is a decision point for acceleration, and the positive GEX is a decision point or a stopping or a resting point for accumulation or distribution. The explosions in Iraq. Reports of explosions, so things are heating up. Yemen armed forces targeting a ship carrying military equipment. Iran security committed on nuclear issue, negotiating about it will be very difficult. So yeah, not looking good. Iran's National Security Committee, blah blah blah. Nuclear issues a key public demand, and it will be a complex part of negotiations. Shit, Google Gemini has more than 1 billion monthly users. Yeah, weird. I wonder if that's because it's automatically integrated and it's kind of, I don't know, about 1 billion. Like, that chose to use it. Maybe it was fed to them and they're using it, but they didn't download it like Anthropic or ChatGPT. Right, so we're getting a retest of this level here. So I guess these options levels act a lot like any other level. Break it, retest it, see if it holds. Label market stable without being good. Advisor to Supreme Leader. Hormuz will not be reopened until Iran's conditions are met. Huh. Look at that. That was at 9:28. See what was going on at 9:28 here. Huh, right here. 9:30. 9:25. Just ripped down. So news anchor. All right, we came back. Oh my god, it all makes sense now. Tapped in, left it, right? Left the candle. Let's do it this way. We're gonna call that candle a range because it was a news candle. Left it, tap back into 50% before leaving it again. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta write that down. So okay. That's crazy. That's why you pay attention so you can get the full context of things. Doesn't mean it's going to keep going down, but what it means is there was news right here. The book cleared out because there was a news event. So all the market makers left. Price ripped down. Aggressive sellers stepped in, pushed the price down even farther. Oh, what's going on here? Zelensky has turned over proposals to U.S. negotiators for plan to end war with Russia. Okay, nothing. So you can see how the book pretty much. Why did they do that right at 9:30? So right at the open. That news was right at the open. 9:28. Of course, they did that on purpose. That's crazy. So at 9:28, the Iran Supreme Leader posts on X that we're not going to reopen the strait. Market's moving up. It cleans the range. And then get rid of this. All right, so this is like our overnight range here, high to the low. We opened up way up here. So that's just crazy though. This is I think this is important right here. This is a zone. Couldn't hold above 50%. Get rid of. Okay, so this right here was the open, 9:30 open. At 9:28 there was a message from Iran. It's 3 different ways to say it, saying that they're not gonna open up the strait until their demands are met. So on that news event, the books cleared right here, and then price ripped to right here. And from right here, sellers stepped in. Came back and they distributed and stepped in again, pushing price down and making it all the way down to the IBV. We get eventually to this decision point where we break through the bottom of and we accelerate an impulse even lower, leaving this high negative exposure level to the downside with lots more room to go before there's a break in sight. Options dealers have negative gamma hedging pressure. And the session cumulative is positive gamma delta. And we're kind of skewed positive delta exposure on the candle by candle. Oh, what's up, man? I'm reading the news from here. It was down here on the left. Alright, so we're headed towards this protection level down here. We've locked in some more profit. We're gonna move our stop. So SPX options, 7740 is the target. Change to the stops just got ran there. Should retrace a little bit before continuing. Gonna look at pressure. So those were sell stops. So these were stops. This was a stop run, I believe. But then more sellers stepped in. All right, a little bit of absorption here. Okay. But it's just not stopping. So actually, this level right here was a decision point for the day. Could return there, but that's the direction of the day. I'm on the decision point. That's the flip. You can see, kind of looks like a head and shoulders, right? Neckline. Look at this shit run. I don't think it's done. I have a target of down here. See, we still have more room to go. So we just follow this down. We're locking in the work we did. If it comes back and it bites us in the ass, it comes back, but it's likely to continue to expand because that's what the options levels say. Negative gamma exposure. That means the move's going to get accelerated, I believe. All right, we still got more room to go. Still got room. Not done yet. No, sir. We are not done yet. We got a little bit farther to go before we hit the break. So I'm watching this line right here. We get to here, I'm closing the position. Okay, because this is my target. And this is where we're gonna start to see some 77.40. So we're getting close. We're gonna start to bring this down, because we get to that level, it's going to snap back. Likely we hit this Gex level, but it's going to happen fast. Some more acceleration to the downside, some more stops get hit, price rejects a little bit, it's going to continue down farther. Locked in 200 there, but I do think we get all the way down. Oh, we hit that level, we hit that level. We're out. Take our profit right there. So I didn't notice here on SPX, we hit that level, and we're gonna get some retracement there. So that's a good place to take profit. So we're up for the day, like 600, I think, on this account. Let's take a look. 1,879, yeah, 600 on this account. Not a bad day. I mean, I think we're pretty much done. 570. $1,100 day. I don't know if I'm going to trade anymore. So, perfect, right? Perfect exit. Perfect TA. Perfect levels. Not perfect entries. We thought that the buyers here would give up really easy and price would just keep going down here. So we entered up here. We took some heat. We had to get some protection here, which we did. And we still have all of these trapped buyers up here. Maybe even here. So you got a bunch of trapped people. Now I anticipate price moving back up to that 930 candle range, back up to here, 29,740. So if anything, I'm probably flipping to a long bias if I want to take more trades. But how are we gonna? We're just gonna guess? No, sir. We're not. Not just gonna guess. We are gonna look at this profile, and look at this profile right now. It's a mess, right? Look at positive exposure, negative exposure, positive exposure, negative exposure, positive, negative exposure, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. There's no structure, okay? So right now, we need to continue to analyze. I see us working our way back up to here, okay, to test this range. That's what I see, okay? It could happen today, right? It could. And it could continue to go lower. But right now the profile doesn't say that it's going to go lower. This is probably where it's going to fuck around for the rest of the day. It's like right here. Between these two biggest levels. I mean, if I had to put a level on it, if I had to put a range on it, oh wait, the structure just shifted. Changing changes every minute. Okay, so now we have two big negative delta clusters. We're in them right now, and we have positive on both sides. So I think here's what I think is gonna happen. We're gonna consolidate. Zone right now. So I'm gonna go AFK for a minute and we'll just enjoy the show. I'm not convinced that it's gonna move higher, and I'm not convinced that it's gonna move lower. Okay, I see a scalp now. All right. This is a really, really low risk trade I'm about to take. I might be too late. No, no, that's on ES. And I want to take that trade on ES. I really do. Um, let's move to ES. We'll trade the MES contract. We got to make some changes. 21 range. Okay. So we already made it to the extension levels on ES. I'm trying to get the levels somewhat lined up. I think that's close. If I put a white line on 50, I put a line on 50. This is 5 minutes, this is 21 range. It's about the same. The structure looks very, it's not exactly the same. A little faster. So what I see here is a scalp. It's just a little tiny scalp from here. God, why does it always make it so big? Why? Who goes for that? Okay, so this is the trade right here. That's the trade. A little bit of exhaustion down here, but that move happened fast. It ripped. I think if I was to re-enter here on a short, my first I would expect us to come back and test this level. But what the option structure shows me is that's the area where we're going to start to see resistance. Low volume node right here. All right, so we're going to bring up a different chart. This one. Before the day started, to fix this real quick. Shit. No, no, no. Still showing the peaks. Oh, it's composite. Oh shit. My bad. My bad. On the wrong indicator. So my first target for the day was to come back and tap into this zone. I thought we may be able to get back to this point of control right here. And we still may. And then maybe retest here or here before here. Who knows? Basically down here, find a little bit of a retracement. Pull back. Maybe rip through it. Back up to it. Back down this way. Make our way. Eventually down to here. So something like that. Don't know exactly, but we're gonna let the options flow tell us. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And once we get here, looking for highs. But I don't know. First target almost completed. Oh, look what's happening here. I think this is a short. Maybe not though. We broke through. Let's see if we break through this. You can see this heat map. Do we reject from it? Sell. Did I buy? Sold. Okay. confused with this. We're gonna probably cuck around in here for a bit. Probably actually a little bit higher, but see we have a slowdown there. Also aggressive sellers protecting. Should be able to squeeze $20 out of it. If not, we'll lose 20. Do expect it to get up to the 77.50 level though. This is a break area right here. So above here is a break. Yeah, I'll take $20 all day for 10 minutes of trading. We can get more than 20, but we'll take the 20. $20. You make $20 like that 10 times a day. Now I kind of anticipate, my bias is short for the day. So the next move is to anticipate. I think this is, it's either here, okay, or about two zones here. So my lesson from this morning is don't assume sellers are so weak and they're going to give up so early or so easy. It also looks like valid area. Getting ready to go into power hour. And actually, it's probably here. Whichever side of this box we break out of, again, is going to likely accelerate, just like we did here. Broke out of the box, retested it, and took off. I don't even see GEX levels printing right now. Could be there too, right? So we're only trading in the direction of the daily bias. Daily bias is clear. Broke out of this big range. So this would be a good short right here. I don't think we get there though. I think we kind of just consolidate in this range down here for a while. I don't think we leave this range immediately. But if we do, we're ready to fire. I think I put NQ instead of ES. Like this could be the reload area. Okay, the fact that we're breaking lower looks like a continuation, but I'm not gonna participate here. I think the buyers are gonna defend. Maybe we come back down to this area. Okay, so we got about 45 minutes left in the trading New York session. Okay, so on ES, we've already broke the initial balance after retracement back about 70%. Technically from low to high, right here. Sorry, I'm wrong again. From high to low, we retrace back 70%-ish. And currently, buyers, if they're still around, are trapped. So we got trapped longs. Okay, and the biggest battle is right here. And that's at the 30%. These longs are trapped too. And we basically are exhausted. So we got exhaustion. And we do have some buyers trying to push the price up. Now, protecting Their stops. We had sellers here. But I think the buyers are going to fight harder like they did last time. And we have our next level. This is where I think this is where we broke structure. Okay, you can see this is where that head and shoulders is kind of. Hard to see here, but if I zoom in, it should be clear right here. And buyers are trapped. All the way down. All buyers are trapped. So we got all these buyers trapped, maybe even here. So that means when we come back here, sellers are not gonna let these guys get back to break even. That's my hypothesis. Now to support that, this 770-ish level to the upside, changing a little bit. The 0 Gex line is moving down. A lot of times when we hit the line, we bounce off of it. You can see both directions, right? Go above it, hit it, bounce off of it. Below it, hit it, bounce off of it. It's like a VWAP. Okay, so this 0, gamma, delta. So we broke through this first level. I've made the mistake far too many times reloading on this first level and then having to take a lot of drawdown. It's just too risky. We just broke through this Gex level and there's aggressive buying pressure. So buyers have momentum to push the price higher. The next battle we're gonna see is this zone right here. If they make it there. We could take that long, but with these shorts here, I anticipate a move back down before a move up. Just say I don't think they're gonna give up that easy. They're gonna push back down and the buyers are gonna push back up higher. I think they're gonna push up pretty hard, pretty fast too. So I expect this to continue to grind up before we maybe have one more move at the end of the day. This is There is a break right here. If we push through this break, we're gonna rip up to this next break. And that's where I'm saying the next opportunity is. Just from a reference standpoint, that's going to be probably 70%. It is of 68% of the distribution. Back to the, what's it called? Golden pocket. Okay, so I do think we break through this break zone. Nah, I don't know. I don't like it because we have this zone that we need to test. Yeah. Don't like it. But it's setting up. We're a profile setting up again. Okay, so starting to see some structure in the options setting up around this area. So as anticipated, sellers tried to push the buyers back, buyers stepped in again, and now we're moving the price up higher. We're now did retest, we left it, retested. Now we're likely gonna play ping pong here. But lots of negative exposure setting up here. And then the path of least resistance here is going to be up towards my opportunity. Setting up for our end of day movement. Now, I don't think there's a lot of trapped shorts down here. Just people took profit like me, because I am learning. I'm learning. I don't think this is Eastern time. Oh, it is Eastern. All right, so the first anticipated event occurred. Here's the thing. These buyers, they're going to run out of energy. Okay? Maybe. There's lots of passive sellers getting ready to absorb all those aggressive orders. Okay, so not as many as I thought I saw. There's some pockets of liquidity up here. This is going to move pretty fast. So the question is do we get the rejection from here to continue downward, which could definitely happen. Okay, there's a pressure right here that was applied by sellers. Right here. Significant. Let's see what kind of reaction we get there. Like this line is pretty much right here. What, 735.25. Oh, All right, so we can see the profile is starting to shape up again. Got all of this negative delta and prices accelerating towards maybe back to it to retest. I think we already left it and retested it though. It was a quick retest. Little doji, like very small. Price was very concentrated right here. So we're playing ping pong between these two areas. Not interested. I've already locked in pretty good profits for the day. Let's actually see. We've only got 2 accounts running right now. The rest are blown. Let's just take a look at our day. So up 657 here for a total of 5,000 in profit in 3 days of trading. Need to get to 20 in a month in 20 days of trading. So we're doing pretty good, above average. And then we have this account down here where we're up 486. So that's 1,000, 1,100 on the day. So we're not trying to get into any positions that are mediocre. All right, strong push back. I may just be done for the day. We'll just watch this play out. Come night session, be looking for a short up here. So we're coming back into this range where buyers have been dominating. actually getting a real retest of this Gex heat map. Zero-day ETs only. These are the ones that expired today. $10 billion and growing. It's a massive level. So looking at the order flow, buyers are in control down here. We did hit the 0 level, delta, gamma, and we retracted off of it, which is, it's like a VWAP. I probably said that already. Ping-ponging through these levels. And the profile is starting to get a little thicker in the center, a little thinner on the edges. We're starting to build up a break here, and here. buyers are getting absorbed. Could be another move down. I think I'm gonna sit on my hands. Okay. Okay, if I was to get in a trade here, which I'm not going to, I'm leaning to the short side because we're breaking through those 0-day expiration heat map levels, but we're still in this consolidation here, right? We broke both sides of it. Came down, came into it, broke above it, came back into it. So I'm not sure what time they expire, but I'm assuming they expire at 2 p.m. Something I'll look up in the future. All right, let's look on the one-second-ish, the real-time chart. So they're fighting. Okay, now we're on to the other side. So obviously no trade. That's why I didn't go up. That's why I'm not going down. No trade zone. No trade. So we'll spend about 5 more minutes and we'll cut it off. I'm done trading for the day. I'm happy with my performance. I learned a couple things. News candle. be on the lookout for it to retrace back to it and then leave it again. If it's not a rumor, right? If it's real, if it's real news. Second thing is, we're kind of at another decision point, right? But this is the end of the day, and there's a huge battle going on in this zone, both directions. So you got dealers hedging against their exposure in the options, and yeah, let's see which side gets the last push, if any, because we're right in the middle of the profile. Okay, so see here, I would say this is the active range. But we're in the bottom half of it, so I would give the edge to the sellers right now. Buyers are holding their level. The dealer negative gamma hedging pressure is still moderate. For the day, gamma cumulative session gamma based on the dollar notional value is positive. That's negative 250 million. It says negative. It's positive. 261 million positive. And there you have it. Last minute of trading. Probably have some whack shit happen right at the bell. But and we close inside of the middle of the options expiration range, the bottom zone, the day. So to recap, get out of here. Took some positions on the way down. Worked out well. after we broke out, we ranged in the morning, had some news. $8:30. Right here, we had some news. Market dropped down, created the initial balance low, came back up. Retraced, broke the initial balance, extended. Outside of the range. About 32 points. And that's where we closed the day. This high options exposure level. So that's it, y'all. Hopefully, if you actually watch this, you might have picked up a thing or two. I know I did by watching it. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close everything. Actually minimize. I want to keep it running. They'll be gone for a couple hours. And thank you. Happy trading. If you found some value and you actually make it here and make it to the end, feel free to